Hey everybody, today I'm going to be going through the new updated version of the skill tree in Forager. I have posted 2 videos going through the skill tree. However, if you don't already know, Forager released an update a while ago, removing certain skills, changing skills that are still in the game, and adjusting the resources you need for certain structures, such as the mining rods, which does affect the path you take for the skill tree. So I thought I would help you guys out and show you what path seems to work well with the updated version. So let's get started. So the very first skill we're going to unlock is the magic skill. So as you may know, the game has removed unlocking fairies from the skill tree. There are still fairies in the game, but it is not an acquired skill. So the very first one we're going to start with is magic. This is gain 25% more XP, which is really important, especially when first starting out in the game, so we can get more levels so we can start unlocking skills faster. So the next skill we're going to unlock is the economy skill. So this is instantly gained 40 coins. Forges create 4 extra coins every time. We really are looking to that gain 40 coins instantly because we want to start expanding some of our land to get more resources. So now we're going to go one to the left, which is the gathering skill. So this is gain 4 more inventory slots, gain 25% more XP from plants and crops. So the 4 inventory slots is very helpful, especially when first starting out, as you'll see that we're going to be starting to acquire a lot more resources and our inventory is going to get full. So instead of having to delete items, we can actually have more space for that. So after unlocking the gathering skill, we're going to go down here to fishing, which is unlocks fishing rods. Fishing traps catch things 50% faster. So we can start actually setting up some fishing traps, getting some more resources like I was saying. And then from there, we're going to go over here to mining, which is rocks drop 40% more minerals, which is really important. So we're going to go ahead and unlock this. So I would say this is a good starting point for the foraging pathway. So now we can actually start gathering more resources in order to start building some of those structures. So I would stop here for the meantime. And for our next skill, we're going to go up here to industry. So what industry is going to do is it's going to allow us to unlock steel, unlocks glass, gain XP when building structures. So now we can actually begin crafting items to begin building certain structures. After unlocking the industry skill, we're going to go up here to the trade skill. So this is going to allow us to unlock markets. So we're going to unlock this skill. So if you go to your marketplace, as you can see here, you can go ahead and sell items that you may not need, or you can actually buy items that you may need. And it does restock in the allotted time that's here. But right now we're not going to sell items because first we're going to unlock the capitalism skill, which will also give us XP when selling items. So we're going to hold off for the meantime. The next skill we're going to unlock is the banking skill. So this is just going to allow us to unlock banks. So as you can see here, I already have 3 banks built and they're just generating coin for me while I'm just standing here. So this is really important, especially when first starting out in the game, as we can go ahead and acquire other resources for different structures that we may need. And the banks can go ahead and generate the coin for us without us really doing anything at all. So like I was saying earlier, we're going to unlock the capitalism skill. So what this is going to do is it's going to allow us to gain XP when selling items. So this is going to be really important, especially now that we have the marketplace unlocked. So we're going to go ahead and unlock this skill. So if we go back to the marketplace, as you can see here, there is that sell area here where we can go ahead and look at the resources that we want to get rid of that we honestly may not need. So if we go up here to stone, we can go ahead and sell that for 1 gold coin each stone. But we also have unlocked the capitalism skill. So if we go ahead and sell this now. So as you can see here, we did unlock another skill point from selling that 1500 stone. And we also gained 1500 coin from selling that stone. So now we can start expanding more of our land. And we can also start gaining skill points a lot faster. The next skill we're going to unlock is the treasury skill. So what this is going to do is it's going to allow banks to generate coins 50% faster when adjacent to other banks. So if you compare the banks on the left compared to the one on the right just above me, you'll see how much faster the banks are actually generating that coin on the left compared to the one on the right. So now we can really start gaining more coin a lot quicker to get that land we may need for different resources. So once we've unlocked the treasury skill, we're going to go over here to the sewing skill. So what sewing is going to do is it's going to allow us to unlock leather. Sewing stations work 25% faster. So the leather is the real important piece here because once we unlock leather, we can actually start upgrading our backpack to give us more inventory slots for our resources. So the next skill we're going to unlock is the craftsmanship skill. So what this is going to do is it's going to unlock the hammer, unlocks royal steel, unlocks royal clothing. So what we're looking here for is unlocking that royal steel, which we're going to need to start crafting electronics for mining rods. So after unlocking the craftsmanship skill, we're going to go one up to the smelting skill. So what this is going to do is it's going to allow furnaces to work 25% faster, forges work 25% faster. So this is really important because now we want to actually start crafting resources really quickly because we're having a lot of structures we're going to need to start building. So at this point of the game, I would highly recommend to start building as many furnaces as you can so you can start making a different resource for each furnace so you can start acquiring them a lot quicker. So the next skill we're going to unlock is the manufacturing skill. So what this is going to do is it's going to allow us to unlock factories. So because of that new Forager update, mining rods now require electronics to actually craft them. So when unlocking the factories, we can actually start crafting some of those electronics for our mining rods. The next skill we're going to have to unlock is the railroad skill. So right now we don't really need this skill, but we have to unlock this skill to get to that mining rod skill. So we're just going to go ahead and unlock this one next. And then as you can see here, the automation skill will be appearing. And this will unlock those mining rods for us. Crafted items collect themselves. As you can see here, we have built a mining rod on one of our pieces of land. And with us just standing here, it's destroying those resources and collecting them for us. So this skill is going to unlock windmills as well as sprinklers. But the main reason we're going to unlock this skill is to unlock the shovel, which I don't really understand why it doesn't include it here, but it does unlock the shovel. So at this point in the game, I would highly recommend to start upgrading your shovel as fast as you can. So as you can see here, the Nomad shovel, we still need 5 lavenders, which is why I keep saying that it's really important to start expanding your land as fast as you can, because lavender is actually found in the ice islands. So the faster we can start expanding our land, the more resources we can actually acquire. So the next skill we're going to unlock is the storage skill. So what storage is going to do is it's going to allow us to unlock vaults. So because we've expanded a lot of our land, we're starting to acquire a lot more resources. We're not going to have a lot of space in our inventory. So it's going to be really important to actually store a lot of those resources in vaults rather than having to delete them or just sell them in the marketplace. As you can see here, I have accessed one of the vaults I've made, so I can actually just move any sort of item I want into that vault. Or I can move this back in here, or move this back, whatever I prefer, but then I do have those empty inventory slots if I need them. So after we've unlocked the storage skill, we're gonna go and move on to the combat skill. So this is gonna allow us to unlock swords, increases base damage by 1. So this is going to be important because at this stage, skeletons may be spawning on your land or there might be a lot of jelly. So it's good to have some sort of protection rather than just your pickaxe. So the next skill we're going to unlock is the Geology skill. What this is going to do is it's going to allow all rocks to drop coal, which is pretty important because you pretty much need coal for almost everything. But the main reason we're unlocking Geology is for the next skill that we get to unlock, which is the prospecting skill. So prospecting allows rocks to have a 10% more chance of dropping gems and increases the chance of finding rare items when digging. So the next skill we're going to unlock is the Colonization skill. So what this skill is going to do is it's just going to allow us to purchase land for 30% cheaper because the more land we're starting to expand, the more expensive you'll notice it's going to be getting. So it's just going to help us expand that land a little bit easier. And as you can see here, the land is starting to become very expensive, as well as my land starting to become overrun. So the next skill we're going to unlock is the logistics skill. What this is going to do is it's going to allow lighthouses, mining rods, power plants, as well as ballistas to have double area of effect. But what we're really focusing on right now is those mining rods to have double area of effect. Seeing as we're starting to purchase a lot more land, we want those mining rods to reach more resources to destroy for us. The lighthouses, we would be concerned about those maybe before the update, but I'm going to show you guys how big of a buff this new update to Forager has brought to the lighthouses. So the only reason I've unlocked the optic skill, which unlocks lighthouses, is to just show you guys how big of an impact this update has had on these lighthouses. So this is again why I did make a new updated version of this skill tree path, just to show you guys the difference between before and now. So if you notice here, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lighthouses all in a row right here. So before the update, this would have made me get a lot of resources. But if you can notice here, if I go ahead and dig, I get 2 pieces of sand from having 6 lighthouses right beside. And if I go down below, I'll try and dig again, I get 2 pieces of sand as well. So this is again why I have created an updated version of the skill tree path, because as you can see here, the lighthouses don't really have that big of an effect on us when we are digging, whereas before the update, I would highly recommend unlocking the optic skill pretty early on, but I would hold off on the optic skill until maybe even just later game now. The next skill we're going to be unlocking is the engineering skill. What this does is it allows industrial structures to work 25% faster, unlocks droids, unlocks EMP grenades. We don't necessarily need the droids and EMP grenades right now, but industrial structures to work 25% faster is pretty beneficial to us, seeing as we're going to start actually making a lot more structures and we want to have more crafted resources. So we want those structures to work a lot faster for us. So usually this bottom right corner, this more magic side of the skill tree, is usually left until later game to start actually unlocking a lot of these skills. But I actually enjoy unlocking this renewal skill, and I think this is a pretty good time to do it. What this does is it allows energy to recover when killing enemies. Seeing as I'm pretty tired with just eating food to recover that energy, I'd rather just kill those enemies and regain that energy. So if you notice here, we have just above half right now. So if we just go over to these jelly here, gives us a little bit. Back over here, gives us a little bit as well. It's nothing crazy, but I mean, it beats having to constantly go to your inventory and then, you know, eat the meat or cherries, whatever you have to do. It does help a little bit. So we have one skill point left, and the last skill we're going to unlock for this video is the deposit. So what this does is allows us to unlock quarries. So as you can see here, the quarry just automatically spawns a ton of different resources for you, which is again why I would highly recommend placing it beside one of your mining rods, so the mining rod can actually do most of the work for you. So this looks like a good point to stop for today. I hope you guys enjoyed the updated version of the skill tree path for Forager. I will be making a continuation video for the skill tree path. I just need to unfortunately gain a lot more levels, as you can see. But if you did enjoy the video, please be sure to hit that subscribe button down below to see more content just like this one.